the last 20 years, the management of cancers in men has changed quite dramatically.
Medicine is evolving. It is continuing to evolve. When it comes to cancer, we really want to prevent cancer, if not cure cancer.
When you bring up the word cancer, many think how sick people look on treatment. And what we're seeing is that the image of a sick cancer patient is changing.
Over 20 years, the achievements of this organisation, given its size and the challenges that we face, I think are extraordinary, and that Manitobans should be very proud of the impact that we've made on cancer patients and on cancer research worldwide.
I'm very proud of our history here at CancerCare. When it started in 1930s, it had the name of Research and Cancer Relief Foundation. So at that time itself, they had the good vision of understanding that good treatment will come from research.
From a clinical point of view, Manitoba has been at the forefront of cancer research really since the 40s and 50s, introducing chemotherapy and also tracking patients and outcomes with our cancer registry. So we have a very long history of excellence in clinical cancer research and clinical care.
And in 70s, I would say, people started talking about comprehensive cancer center. Having the building that has clinical care and research happening in the same building is a great advantage. The questions that you ask in the bedside go back to the bench.
Patients are looked after in the same building as the researchers. And to have patients interacting with researchers and doctors in the corridors and the elevators, which provides a very positive effect for everybody, because we all understand what it is we're here for and why we're working so hard. The laboratory floors are dedicated for cancer research, where we're looking at cells, genes, biochemical studies of how cancer cells actually function, and getting samples from the clinic into our tumour bank, and then analysing them in the laboratory to try and understand what's causing the cancer and what treatment might be appropriate for that individual patient. And as part of that, we're moving towards a concept called personalised or precision medicine.
Precision medicine is in many ways what the term says. In the past, we would pick treatments based on a general type of cancer. So breast cancer was treated a generalized way, lung cancer was treated a generalized way. With precision medicine, we are asking the question, what specifically is wrong in an individual's cancer? And can we use that information to give a treatment targeted to that abnormality? And the ultimate consequence of that being a treatment that is more effective. There are so many patients now who have benefited from precision medicine, who are up and around walking the streets, and you would never know that they have advanced cancer. And that is ultimately the goal of precision medicine, to give people quality and functional life.
Across the board, the cancers that we commonly see in men, we've developed a significant increase in the number of options we have for treatment. So a really good example of that would be prostate cancer.
Overall, prognosis for prostate cancer is improving. The death rate for prostate cancer has decreased slowly over the years. Some of that may be due to advancements in diagnosis, but in general, I attribute it to advancements in therapy and treatment. Access to clinical trials is a major advantage to patients at the Prostate Centre and for Manitoba. First of all, it allows access to treatments which otherwise they would be unable to get. But then also, we know that patients on clinical trials tend to do better.
I'm in year 6 of a cancer journey, diagnosed with prostate cancer in August of 2015. You know, it's a very emotional journey, there's no question. It's filled with ups and downs. The clinical trial I'm on today, that drug didn't even exist 5 years ago when my journey started. So I would have potentially had a very different outcome. My goal is to live as long and as healthy as I possibly can, and that goal happens to be aligned with the people at Cancer Care Manitoba.
A lot of these therapies are not part of the standard treatment paradigm for cancer yet, and so having the capability to offer them through a clinical trial is a major advantage. But you need the capacity to do that, and that requires a research program. And thankfully, with our generous support from the foundation that we've received over the years, we're able to do such a thing.
Why do we do research? Why do we do anything in healthcare? Is to get the best care to our patients. That's all we do. Recently, an external reviewer has told us that Manitoba is the national leader in bringing radiation technology. We need to sustain that, and we need to continue to grow. And that's where we look for Manitobans to support Manitoba.
Radiation oncology is the application of radiation to medicine for the treatment of cancer patients in particular. You have many different technologies that allow us to deliver radiation. The Calypso system allows you to track with a high degree of precision and in real time coordinates right at the cancer cells. There's what we call beacons or transponders that are inserted in the patient tissues. The location of those beacons is read out, and the radiation delivery machine can account for the position in real time and focus only on the cancerous target. You actually reduce the amount of normal tissue that you're irradiating.
Calypso system which we got was through the generous donation from our donors, and we got to our Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation. And in order to sustain, each patient needs beacons. The beacons cost around $2,000 to $3,000. There's an operation cost related to that. So it's an ongoing funding required to run this program for Manitobans. And without their help, this obviously is not going to work.
We are in fact the first center in Canada to adopt the Calypso technology. The first prostate patient using the Calypso beacons was treated here in Manitoba.
Patients often ask, they say, well, if you think about the billions and billions and billions of dollars that have been spent on cancer research, why aren't we farther ahead? And the answer is, we are farther ahead. We're farther ahead in understanding how complex cancer is, and understanding that as we learn about pathway X and how to block it, we subsequently learn that pathway Y takes over if we block pathway X, and we didn't know that. The amount of knowledge we've acquired is absolutely staggering.
In terms of where we are today, the main reason we're here is innovation. And the number one funder of innovation in Manitoba for cancer treatment is the Cancer Care Foundation.
None of the advances in cancer treatment and detection that have happened over the last 50 years have happened without research support and research dollars to make it happen.
What's really exciting for me as an oncologist, and what drives me every day, is being able to see in my clinics patients who had no benefit from chemotherapy, and suddenly a test reveals that if we try drug X, there may be a chance that their cancer will respond, and actually giving the drug and suddenly seeing someone who I thought wouldn't make the next few weeks is going to live the next few years. That's a profound feeling.
1 in 2 Canadians is going to get cancer in their lifetime. But the good news is 3 out of 4 of those patients who got cancer are going to be cured of cancer. 20 years ago, it was different.
The people that get up here and come to work change people's lives every day. And they're telling somebody that they're cured. They're telling somebody that they've got cancer. You know, that's the amazing part. Through all of this, I'm not a number. I'm not just Joe Blow. They care about Doug Harvey, and they care about me living as long and as healthy as I possibly can. The drug that I'm on was because people gave money to research. And because of that research, I'm now on a clinical trial that will extend my life. So I'm eternally grateful, and people like me are obviously very, very grateful for the money that gets donated to cancer care.